when you're talking about public participation, what does it really mean? Is it just having 1,000 people in a room? Is that public participation? Is that meaningful public participation? Are you now participating? What does it mean to you? And probably it would be important to get into that aspect of the discussion. To give us the opening remarks, please put your hands together for the Kara CEO, Mr. Henry Ochieng. Big round of applause, please.
Mine is just to welcome you to this very important forum. A number of you have participated in our previous forums of similar nature, and I'm sure you know the kind of discussions we normally have and the kind of value we have through this kind of sessions. As you can see, we have had 56 of such kind of platforms. This is the 57th one, and we will continue doing so, not just in Nairobi, but in other counties. I think the last forum we had of this nature was in Gishu, in Eldoret, and we had a very, very useful discussion on issues that are important and matter to the people of Uasin Gishu County. So we will continue exploring means and mechanisms of making sure that we visit each and every county where possible and give the citizen a platform to engage their leaders, to engage the experts, and also to share their experience and expectations about the issues we are discussing. So today we are here to talk about a very, very important subject, that's the public participation. This is something that has been with us for many years. I keep telling people that surprisingly that even before we had the new constitution, 2010, we still had provisions for public participation in our governance processes. But I think the question was, how were we doing it? And what were the existing supporting structures for the same? At that time, they were very weak and perhaps non-existent. But of course, after we had the new constitution, it is very, very elaborately provided for in the constitution, and a number of laws that are supposed to support the implementation of the constitution. But we have to keep asking ourselves, what progress are we making? What are the challenges we are facing? And then how do we ensure that moving forward, we are able to address these kind of challenges? So I don't want to go into the details of the subject because we have very, very eminent speakers here with us to be able to take us through that particular discussion. So I just want to wish you a very, very interactive session, very, very informative. And like we keep saying, nobody has monopoly of information or ideas. So these ladies and gentlemen seated here are just to give us their perspective. But you also have information that you may not be able to know even from the front table. So also feel free to share with us your views, to share with us what you think about the whole subject, about public participation, and just to create that opportunity for us to learn from each other. Because we are here to learn from each other and see how best to make things work better for us. And I just want to wish you very, very informative and interactive session that will be able to add value to whatever you do in your respective endeavors. So asanteni sana and all the best to the discussion.
And as we are discussing public participation in the governance, we could not have or hope for a better team like the one we have today. So please, welcome, and we'll be here with you for the next hour or two to learn more about how we evolve our democracy. I would like to recognize our partners, Hans Silo Foundation. Mr. Kabusha is here. They are very supportive to Kara, and of course to you, as members of Kara. And you appreciate that they have been supporting us for almost 10 years. So without the Hans Silo Foundation, many of the things we have been able to do to evolve, to develop, would not have been possible. So, Mr. Kabusho, with the organization, thank you very much. We appreciate that. Our topic today is public participation in Kenya. What are the milestones, challenges, and the prospects? We know that, of course, there has always been, even long before colonialism, public participation at the localized levels. It's only that now we have a nation state, and of course, we now have to evolve new systems of involving the public in policy decision making, which encompasses both ethnic, multi-community, multi-tribal arrangements, right? Not like before, but it was there before. It's grounded, rooted in our origins. But now we have a bigger nation, and we have to see how we can all participate in developing policies which govern all of us harmoniously. Before the Constitution of 2010, we had all these systems, but they were not so much entrenched in the law. And with the new Constitution, the provision for public participation is very, very entrenched, particularly in Article 10, and also in many other of the laws which we now have. Now, today we are going to interrogate whether, in fact, we are making any progress in ensuring that the public effectively participate, and whether their voice is actually heard or taken into account. We have made a lot of progress in this area, but there are some challenges which we face, which have arisen, and one of them, of course, is the gap between what the law says and what the actors do. Additionally, the definition and threshold for public participation is still not very, very clear, and sometimes they can be very subjectively interpreted to suit certain needs. So various stakeholders, led by the government, the civil society, they have made a lot of efforts to support and make efforts to ensure we are all involved in participating in decision making. At KARA, we are very keen to ensure that the residents of Kenya, the citizenry, they are involved in all these public affairs. And we would want to feel that at least we play a small part in advancing the evolution of our democracy. That's why, as you know, we have engaged with a number of counties, particularly Nairobi County, Kiambu, and we have managed over the last two years or so to influence the enactment of legislation which provides for engagement between the authorities, the governments, and the people in formulating their policies. We are doing that in other counties, starting, of course, with the counties near Nairobi. We have legislation already in place in Kiambu. We will be engaging with Machakos, which is next to Nairobi, with Kajiado, next, and with Makueni counties, so that we can spread this good gospel and we can ensure that we have legislation which entrenches the importance of the public involvement in decision making in policy formulation. As efforts are made by various stakeholders, to streamline the concept of public participation and make it effective. It is important that we take stock of the progress we have made so far and understand our milestones, challenges, and the prospect as well. This will enable us to build on the successes we have made and address all the emerging issues that may negatively impact on this concept of public participation. And the forum today has been organized by CARA to provide a platform for very frank and candid discussion on this subject and to agree on how we move forward. Our speakers today will share with us their perspectives from the national government, from the county government, and from the civil society. We invite you to engage very, very actively with them and to share your experiences and to seek some answers as we move forward. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know you are all eager to engage, to listen to our speakers, and therefore, I'll end up there and wish all of you a very good day, very good discussion, and very successful event for all of us. Thank you very much.